Well, this might be a Patreon exclusive. We don't know, but this gets blocked on YouTube instantly. I'm going to stop crying about it. And let's talk about Marriage Boot Camp Reality Stars with
Cory Feldman.
Marriage Boot Camp Family Edition starts now.
Family Edition
Marriage Boot Camp
Reality Star.
You're a stupid, dumb.
Explosions.
You caused me so much.
I've never seen this show.
Go do mother.
It looks like we need to watch it.
Right.
Guy. Yeah, mother wants her.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Kendra something.
Time ever. Boot Camp.
Broken Fam.
Drama.
Aaron Carter, the guy you make fun of for dying, a young man.
What's up? Yeah, why didn't he treat his life better?
Holy
Okay.
Jesus.
Everyone wants this.
Whoa.
Let's see.
Are there egos?
Let's see. What length of rat tail can I come up with?
Oh, we're doing rat tails right now?
Yeah.
Let's see.
See, what I need is some Cory Feldman rat tail juice.
I need the juice as well.
Right. I think I got a little bit.
You got more on
Yeah,
me.
I got it
I'm
down
not
here.
trying for front rat tail style.
No, Chris is coiffed. There you go. Hair reveal at 4,000 subs.
Remember that? I don't compete with anyone.
And their issues.
You compete what?
You didn't do a thing.
I don't compete with anyone.
I would get beat.
I never touched your money. Never.
Tell them the truth.
I've been your mom since I was 12.
Dr. V and Dr. Ish will face their biggest.
I don't think I made fun of him for dying. I think I didn't care. And I think there's a difference. I didn't know who he was, and I wasn't sorry that he was gone. There's a difference.
Oh, well, here's the thing that I never followed Aaron Carter too much. I kind of knew his song, but even when I was a kid, I was like, this is dumb, and he's a little teeny bopper. I mean, he was a little kid, and it wasn't cool to like the Backstreet Boys as a boy, and I bought into that in my group.
Right.
Now I rock their music and stuff, I don't care. But he started doing a lot of live streaming as he was getting harder and harder into drugs and stuff. So he was putting his life out there, but unlike others, to me, he wasn't coming across as a super douche. It was cringy, but he wasn't like a super douchebag. I felt bad for him, and I could see that there was a good person in there on top of under all the drugs. And then he passes away. I was hoping that things would change for him.
Playing shows for 20,000 people every night, and then streaming to 2,000 people, like from your bedroom, is a hard place to fall from, and it digs at you.
It's like I don't know from experience, but is it like a gambler that only gambles small amounts because you're so broke, but every time you win, you think, I should have made this much more?
Right.
I don't care.
Deception. Hard to fall from being famous, and we see it over and over.
And walk
Dramatic.
away from your kin for good.
Jesus,
Oh,
what was that?
CPR.
Run.
I don't know why his brother's there if it's marriage boot camp.
He does that, the two Corys
Right.
and his wife.
He can't have like anything that's two people be two people. There's always a third person.
You're right, Lost Boys, it was three
Right.
guys,
At the end, after the divorce. It was all my fault.
It was a revelation.
I made no money. I'm a crackhead. I'm a meth head. I'm no Justin Bieber.
I'm not doing this anymore.
She needs to stay away from me right now. She needs to stay away from me right
I'm
now.
out of here.
You what?
I said, I'm out of here.
You're out of here?
Yeah.
That's pretty good parenting.
It's great.
Yeah.
This reminded me really quickly, this just reminded me of an interview on Howard Stern that we will have in a Cory compilation where Cory Feldman has his dad on the show with him.
Ew.
And apparently they're really, I didn't know any of this. I don't really care, but what I'm getting at is that it is insanely cringy because they are so standoffish.
By the time I was 14, I had grossed $1 million.
Right.
Which when I turned 50 and I got legally emancipated, and this was all brought up, legally in court, I had $40,000 left to my name when I turned 15.
Right.
And I had to start all over on my own. And at that point, I had to go to court to be emancipated, and the only way my father, who loves me so much, would sign the papers to release me is if I paid him $40,000.
They talk about money. They talk about Cory. I feel bad for Cory in this time and in the interview. So anyway, we'll go over that. But that was like 10% of what I felt during the Cory Feldman thing.
Right. In that one movie, Blown Away, and Cory Feldman is delivering the line to Corey Haim, and he's like, if you're going to kill someone, why didn't you kill our father? And I was like, that's the best acting I've ever seen.
You never lifted a finger. Never. I mean, if you had it in you to kill somebody, why didn't you fucking kill him? Ha! Why didn't you kill him?
Felt real.
Doesn't fit the film. Could have used that in a different performance and done well.
Because he really feels that way.
I think so.
Right.
Anyway, we'll see that. And this just reminded me of it, but more to come. And again, we're not sitting here like laughing at everybody. It's really sad. The level of access is what I'm really fascinated by, that they allow themselves to be put on TV like this, and we get to see it. We all know it in our personal lives one way or another.
Their families forever.
I'm Aaron Carter. This is my mother, Jane. And I am a pop star and a House of Carters.
Yeah, we're not here doing Mystery Science Theater about everyone's problems. Like, sometimes we're making fun of something because it's cringy and it's like a little snippet, but like, we're not here to make fun of this. It's interesting to have this kind of access.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of humiliation, and it's kind of hard to trust my mom with certain things, you know? There's a barrier that I create myself. Because I can't continue.
Who came up with this? Like, where they have to have the bumper stickers?
It's stupid. The producer did.
I think this is like season whatever, so maybe season 8 or something of this show.
Yeah.
So they must have already had this
Wives and their families to unpack their bags.
put together.
I bet somebody showed up once with the funny bumper sticker and somebody just latched onto it.
Alexis Bellino.
Our license plate said broken.
I don't know who that is.
And basketball wives Laura Govan.
I've never followed Basketball Wives. I never will. It's not that I'm against it. It just seems boring and phony and not my thing.
Well, that's
Both question if their future should include their parents. But before the meet and greet ends,
A lot of this is about people that I don't care about.
Yeah, we're gonna move around.
But I love Cory Feldman, and Aaron Carter at least seems like an interesting person.
That's what I'm talking about on his live streams and stuff. Even though it was sad and stuff, like he was still closer to real than not.
That said 2019 on the license plate.
It did. This was recent.
Okay.
Aaron Carter died like a year ago or two. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there when it happened.
Wow. This guy's,
I mean, he looks terrible. He never looked like that.
I don't get to see many real movie stars. And,
That's not true. Will Smith came to my shows. Bruce Willis came to my shows.
oh, but.
Will Smith, Bruce Willis.
No, yeah, you're right. I guess you're right.
Hi, everybody.
Ooh, here's a little Michael Jackson.
How long did that take? That was record time.
I can't stop laughing now. Okay, I am making fun of that. I am here for that.
Yeah. And again, look
It's
at
a little Michael Jackson. Oh, he wants the whole stack on it.
Wow.
And I write.
Yes, and he writes.
Yeah, there you go.
Writes what?
He writes those songs. Ascension, Millennium.
A couple times I used to sit back with your son, so I knew he was gonna be like, "What's up, Laura? Thank you so much for the lookout."
Have we met?
Laura, I remember
Laura.
you
Corey.
from our babies went to school together.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I don't know any of these people.
You think he knows stuff about his kid?
Our babies went to school together. You're just one of the parents I had to meet. I don't know any of the parents of any of the schools my son went to.
He's like, you didn't mention. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, man.
He's like, you didn't mention my rat tail, front rat tail.
Oh, he combed it back.
Well, you know, it's kind of informal and.
Let me just fix your hair.
Oh, I get resent.
My brand.
So is anybody?
Jesus, that is really long.
Yeah.
He beat us by a mile. Like,
although the family
Oh, yeah.
you gotta really want it.
Whoa.
Were those corn dogs?
Ermagerd, Kernderg.
Place.
Brett's Brews?
I thought the same thing, Brett's Bruce. God, that would have been funny.
Your tour ends here.
they've always dreamed of.
it's a pretty room to cry in.
We stay in this house and rock my world.
Their family splinters and breaks apart forever.
So his brother is here.
Want to go?
As an antagonist.
And the wife of him at the time, they recently got, I don't know recently, but they got divorced within the last few years because she had a health concern or something health-wise. So they got.
You have cancer? Ugh.
That's, I don't know what it was, but they're divorced now. But they tried to sound like it was amicable because she got a health concern. I don't know.
happening. There was an incident that made.
Yeah, she got therapy and figured out, she's like, oh my God, I'm married to Cory Feldman.
Let's get to the nitty gritty. Why are you guys here?
So it's family boot camp. It's not marriage boot
I thought it
camp.
was marriage boot camp.
It's got to be It might say marriage boot camp, but they have like the whole family though.
Growing up with that kind of media spotlight,
It's him and his mom. He's not married to his mom.
he had a lot of the pressure put on him to be the breadwinner because I was the breadwinner. I was bringing in all the money, all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure you can relate with this.
It's literally like my child.
Kind of. I mean, his brother, well, he was in Backstreet Boys, but his brother had to split that and split that and split that.
Right.
first audition when he was 12. When Nick left,
Well, actually, the finances of those bands is that the manager puts the bands together and pays those guys a salary.
That Lou Pearlman guy.
Right, and somebody else is writing the songs, somebody else is making the records, and those guys are just on salary as the band.
Whoa, speaking of.
To his parents' audition when he was 12. When Nick left the house, he was about 13 years old. And then I became the one, you know, that was, yeah. My parents violated the trust financial.
Wow.
Because they were spending the money that I deserved. It affected love, it affected trust, it affected how we felt, the kids, about marriage moving forward. I mean, I can go on forever.
They have a lot in common, him and Cory.
I guess they do.
7,000 issues under the rug.
Because his parents were broke when he turned 18 too, or when he got emancipated or whatever.
Yeah.
They spin everything.
That YouTube, that Howard Stern interview is, you'll see.
She went back to college and she had a full-time job, so I became a mom at 12, and I was thrown into that
Okay,
role.
so my answer to that is I felt like I was a mother to my parents from the time I was about 10 or 12.
Who cares?
The cycle.
Yeah.
No, Marriage Boot Camp Family Edition. So it is Marriage
Family
Boot Camp.
Edition.
But then they do
Marriage Boot Camp, Family Edition, Reality Star Edition.
Yeah,
I do pop music, so I've sold 7.
Feldman Edition.
Feldman, Rat Tail.
RatTailJuice.com.
He does pop music that my kids like.
And then the brothers on the Barbie Boys, the Beach Boys.
It's called
Monkeys.
It's the Beach Boys. Moving on. Let's move on.
New Kids on the Block.
Mom, he's an actor.
I don't like bragging about my own work, but I've done 100 films.
Does she say anything, that wife of it? Oh, he already mentioned that.
100 films.
Have you heard of The Birthday?
Watch that episode.
Please. We suffered through it.
That's a fun one.
running at the mouth.
You know, I had like 3 #1 movies in a row. I did a film called Lost Boys. I got fired because my mom was so irresponsible. And if you're not going to be a good manager, then just don't be my manager. But my point is,
Oh, man.
That was 5 minutes wasted.
This is
Nobody's putting up with him.
That's what happens when you don't have the cachet of growing up with Cory Feldman in your life, like
Right.
movie-wise.
Yeah.
And you don't know that. You just know the guy in front of you.
Right.
That's going to be the reaction from everybody.
Totally. Oh my God. This is pretty good.
It's a little Michael Jackson.
and then you're 13 years old and you stop working.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, now what do I do?
I have a different opinion on that. I kind of look at it like, okay, you got a child that wants to do this. This is what they're good at. This is what they like.
Wants to do this?
I didn't push it, but a lot of people think you do. But if they really, really have the talent, you don't have to push it.
It's probably...
And you don't have to spend their money either.
Right.
Go to your 9-to-5 job.
To make the decision on their own.
But
I couldn't have a 9-to-5 job. I had to get him to all of his auditions.
I didn't choose this.
Right.
Jesus.
Of respect or enthusiasm for mothers that get their kids into the business.
We actually, I mean, we go years without talking.
Yeah.
They sound similar.
Yeah.
We literally just
They're brothers.
It's for your fight, like.
Although he sounds a lot less crazy.
Right.
Just from the one sentence I heard.
Walk through the brown door and meet us for the first stop on your boot camp road trip.
Oh, like, here we go.
Where do we go?
Right now.
They have gimmicks upon gimmicks. This is like Rock of Love season 8 or something.
I know, right?
Donkeys, but I'm ready.
And here's your one-time pass to
These families are about to
fuck some hoods. I don't know.
journey.
Now you're going to go to Neptune's Net and drink beer and then ride a motorcycle because that's safe.
A gift store.
What's going on?
Welcome to the gift shop. My name is Dr. V.
A lot of surgery done on her face.
This is really surreal.
Family Edition. This is not summer vacation. This is not some beachfront retreat.
This is boot camp.
Yeah, you already said that.
Everything you experience over the next 10 days.
It's like a boot camp.
To one question. Is your dysfunctional family worth saving?
Well, it's a good question to ask.
The journey begins now.
If you haven't been to boot camp, you don't know what a boot camp is. You just think it's hard, but no, it's actually incredibly difficult.
Says this person that's been to boot camp.
Well, I've actually been to boot camp and had,
If they don't confront
been through hell. They put everyone through hell, and the reason they do that is to make you bond to the people around you so you can function as a unit.
Cash cow.
What does that mean to you?
that I supplied milk to my family.
Ew.
Food on the table and stuff like that.
I think that we
Man milk
relate to that. Corey
Like I was not
definitely
even in
more
focus.
so.
Right. I know.
I get why they're doing it, but it's a technical issue, but
Right.
it says a lot about their relationship.
They need just a little wider focus for the lens.
Just rack it, just
Yeah.
His rat tail doesn't need to be that crisp.
Right.
Just a little bit and stuff. Kind of had to raise myself.
Jesus, I didn't realize how messed up he. I mean, I knew.
It kind of robs you of your child.
I knew
He
Aaron
died
Carter had.
young.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen because you're feeling awesome.
I just didn't realize.
He's like, I made $1 million. My mom spent it all and then went bankrupt, and then I had to eat chili for dinner every night for years. And it's like, well, yeah. It's easy to feel betrayed.
Yeah, it's not even.
See the size of pearls on her necklace?
Yeah, because it's not, and to be clear, it's not like when Kyle talks about going from big stadiums to small things and how tough that is. Like when you're talking about struggling and money issues and stuff like that, I'm almost positive for them. I can't speak for them, but it's not the fact that they were used to something so great and now they're at something so low. It's the betrayal of the family that did that to you.
Right.
And you're eating that betrayal every day.
Right. And it's also both at the same time.
Yeah.
You're also falling off that high where everyone loves you and everyone wants to do what you want, and everyone's comfortable and everyone's happy and having a good time, and then everyone's lost everything and then they can't get along anymore, so you have no foundation and you have nothing to fall back on and you're just completely lost. You don't know what to do and there's no one to guide you because the only people around to guide you, your family, are the ones that got it all fucked up.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's great.
Edition.
I'm a crackhead. I'm a meth head. You were a terrible mother.
I'm not doing this anymore.
You're out of here?
I like how genuine he was.
I know. He's like, hey, we're on TV. What are you doing?
Cut. What?
For the death of my sister. For the death of my dad.
Well, his dad died and his sister.
Wow.
Oh, that's right.
Was it a car wreck?
That hurts Aaron the most. He just was so busy, with his own life that he wasn't there. And I think he wanted to be there for them. In his heart, he feels like he could have done something more.
Let me tell you something, Aaron. It's not your fault. None of it.
You seem like you might need a hug.
Sure.
I felt so bad for Aaron. Like, I could totally relate to that story. That just sounded like my life.
Now that Aaron's wall is down.
I wish Corey was a better person so he could bond with him better.
I know.
I kind of don't want you
Man,
around
they
him.
could really connect and be friends for each other, but neither one of them's capable of it. Oh.
Stop thinking about yourself. Oh, I want to call her a bitch right now.
I know.
Your kid.
What does that mean to you?
Well, I never read it, obviously. I did the best I could do.
But how do you
Get this
feel
out.
about that? How does
I'm
that?
done.
The kid is shattered, man.
What does that mean? Why is there money on the table?
It's
the cash cow.
that was his father's phrase. I never said that phrase.
You guys called him that?
I worked.
To his face.
Oh my God.
Anything that I did not earn, I never stole from my son.
No, nobody believes her.
I know.
Me now.
That I didn't earn. Right.
From your supreme talent. Who else did you manage in Hollywood?
Right.
You
believe
do
that?
know what happened, right? When I was 24 years old and I was broke on my ass and doing Broadway, making $654 a week.
What happened?
My wages got garnished and levied.
Yeah, from your father managing you when he
You
took
were a
over.
part of that, Mom.
I wasn't after the divorce.
Getting hit with $4.5 million of taxes when you're doing a show on off-Broadway making $654
I
a week.
I felt for you that whole time.
I believe her.
Those wages
What did she say? I was so interested in what he said, I didn't hear
I
it.
know, I felt for you.
money that I didn't even have.
Don't think that I wasn't feeling for you that whole time.
Did you hear that?
What?
There, she said what she had to say, so.
Managing you, we had an accountant that handled this. My management fee came directly into my account.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Aaron.
Management fee.
I'm so sorry, Aaron Carter.
But he always told me.
This is crazy.
Provider.
You were the provider.
Don't you understand that this young man gave up his childhood to make sure that the family was provided for?
Right, and I was working too.
Wow.
From the first place.
I worked.
Yeah, whatever.
She is so deluded.
My talent had to be used too.
My managerial talent.
Please, enough with those fake tears.
I
need my family.
This is crazy.
I love your family. I love you so much.
I'm getting stressed.
Yeah.
And that light went out when you left me.
Corey's looking at you like you're completely nuts, by the way.
Tell him the truth, Mom. Tell him the truth.
Why?
What's the truth, Aaron?
You had issues with alcohol, and it's in the media. And that's one of the reasons why I left.
I didn't know why. Okay.
Because of the
now
alcohol.
I know why.
Because of alcohol.
Now I know why.
Because of
you're-
alcohol.
Now
It's public knowledge.
All right. Now I know why because you're telling me why.
Yeah, okay.
I did the best I could do.
Because you're that much of a moron that you can never connect dots. But
The best you can do is shit.
But you can manage a Hollywood, lifestyle and all this other stuff with all these vipers, but you don't know what's going on in your family? Okay.
She's not managing anything.
God.
And she's not taking responsibility for anything.
None. Zero.
She keeps defending every decision she made.
She's probably still drinking. She's probably still doing stuff, and she can't. It's a house of cards, so how can she admit the bottom stuff?
She's like, man, I felt for you. And it's like, what did you do to help? What did you do to support? I felt a lot of things.
I suffered too.
You're right. I was also suffering.
Well, we spent your millions and lived in mansions.
Right.
And, yeah.
I know you're sleeping on someone's floor in Manhattan, but,
I was lucky to have a mom.
I only had 7 couches.
To come to the table because we could never have this kind of...
All right, so far that is the top train wreck.
Right.
And I'm sad for him. I'm
15 years old.
Let's see how Corey cries and makes this about himself.
Yeah.
It's your baby book.
Yep, there's nothing there.
Yeah, just
Keep
empty.
going. Keep going. Oh, well, see, there's more nothing there.
More What does that nothing.
mean? It means I don't have any pictures from my childhood.
Yeah, it's on film.
Because my mom didn't keep them. The only type of relic of our childhoods we might have is something from a teen magazine or a newspaper clipping or a TV guide. She never cared.
And if you look at that old stuff, it's very, if that's really all you have of documented history of you and your family, it's faded, it's aged, it's old, it's not popular, it's not cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
There's no love in those pictures. It's all phony.
Right. I was working every day.
Yeah.
From 3 years old.
He started when he was 3 years old.
You and
Shut the f***
slave.
Oh my.
Why didn't you work since you were 3? We could have had so much more booze.
We could have suffered when you were 3 instead of 7.
Yeah. I mean, I thought my was bad.
It was a painful childhood.
I knew that they were famous and I knew that they'd been on TV, but I didn't know what the Feldmans were going through and the childhood.
What was the brother on?
Nothing. She doesn't know that he wasn't.
Oh.
Carry through for your entire lifetime.
It's almost like you and Eden are still up in that room learning those lines and telling that same story over and over again, almost to the point where you don't know how to play anybody else. So one of my goals for the both of you by the time you leave here is to be able to write a new script.
That sounds great.
Change the story.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
That's so cliche, like condescending. It's like, can we be...
Here is a painful reminder.
It's like Dr. Phil.
Right.
Well, just don't do it.
Just how closely linked their pasts are.
Leg and arm shackles.
That could be sexy.
If these brothers
For brothers? Yeah.
pulls them apart, and if Courtney doesn't
Who is she? Oh, Courtney. That's her name.
Have some glue and some matches.
this whole family could go up in flames.
Someone in your position can either be the glue to pull the...
Is this the kind of glue you can sniff? It's not.
And burn it all down.
They gave him doo-doo for presents.
We're skipping ahead. We don't care about these other
Souvenirs that we want you to no longer need by the time you leave here.
Everyone moves.
I'll throw them in the trash right now. I don't care.
To get there.
They're fucked up anyway.
But open your minds and open your hearts to the possibility. It's time for our next pit stop on this road trip.
Did they just adjust lighting?
I think they did.
Now it's darker?
Or he like grabbed the
Bring your souvenirs.
exposure or something.
What
We need to take the now. They're gonna be here later.
They're looting the tables.
Souvenir shop. The boot campers exit the gift shop and enter what will be their first nightly family meeting.
No, any family road trip isn't complete without that super awkward family photo. The one you look back years from now with either laughter or tears.
She looks like she's an alien on Star Trek with this like crazy hair.
She's had a lot of work done too.
Yeah. She looks like a pulled back skeletal Sandra Bullock.
You all must decide.
Oh, the lips are done too.
Everything is
Your family
completely phony on her. That's crazy, right? And she's like the therapist.
may be the same, but your past.
How'd you know I live in LA?
Keys. Which of these best describes your family's status at the beginning of this trip? High road? Detoured? Out of gas? Highway to hell.
What?
Wow.
Highway to hell.
Highway to hell.
You must decide as a group, unanimously, who gets what key.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I care about what all these people think about my relationship, so.
Does anyone have one that they feel like is just them? Does
Highway
anyone?
to hell, I kind of feel like it's my mom.
Take that. Take it. Take it right now. Yes.
He took Highway to Hell?
Yes. I mean, you can laugh about it all you want, everybody, but take it.
I probably would have gone for that too.
For him?
Look.
That's so honest. No, go for it. Own it. Own it, brother. Own it.
We've lost members of our family because of the unresolved issues from the past. We're riding on the highway in hell.
We want to take the high road.
Y'all want to take the high road? You're all saying, oh, you're the BSer. You're the BSer. Da, 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 da.
Well, you know what, let me tell you about you, why you want to be sitting here shooting up on me. I don't want to be out of gas.
That's out of gas. You guys aren't listening to each other.
And then the way you two talk to each other, no, y'all need to be nice.
That's out of gas?
We didn't have that much input into that.
What did you think was gonna happen? You were gonna get a great one?
I said a detour. In my mind, I wanted to take a detour from the path that we were already on.
Yeah, they don't even seem like they have a lot of conflict. Him and his brother.
Right.
They both
Their
suffer.
conflict was their parents, and their parents wouldn't come on the show.
Yeah,
So Govan's got, they need to put it under Cory and Alexis's door.
We're at a good place.
He insists on those hand things no matter what.
I know.
It's always.
I said we are on a detour.
I don't know about the high road.
We're in a good place because we're here.
Want a nice fettuccine Alfredo? We only serve tongue.
Is she barely? I mean, I could cut her out, and you would never know she was on the show.
Here's what you need to understand about her. She doesn't have a lot of really intellectual thoughts all the time.
Detour means we just got off track a little bit. Maybe.
She loves Cory Feldman.
It is. That's why.
She loves Cory Feldman.
Right.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that that's not necessarily an intellectual pursuit, and intellectualism might actually get in the way of being married to Cory Feldman.
Is there somewhere between complete dolt and intellectual that a human can exist where you can?
Yes, and I'm sure they edited around that to make it look worse, or just what she said wasn't that interesting.
Highway to hell, we got high road.
Oh, the high road.
Now let's see how they react.
Oh, it's all affected by. Okay, Highway to Hell's gonna suck.
Also represent the issues they need to face.
Nah, it'll be fun.
If they're going to survive.
That'll get them together better.
That woman
Threshold?
looks like a cartoon.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
I don't like her at all. Oh my lord.
What kind of circus is this?
I'm scared right now.
I can't sleep in this.
Oh, here we go with Feldman.
Try to make it about yourself.
I know you all eat stuff, but I don't eat this.
I can't eat regular food.
It was my responsibility to help raise my two baby brothers.
When he got emancipated, the houses started to get less and less extravagant. Next thing you know, we're living in apartments, then it's motels, then it's sometimes nowhere to live.
I didn't have a job. I had these 4 kids that I had to
Or maybe he didn't take the brothers with him and all the money dried up.
Yeah.
I could not call not one person.
Which isn't his fault, though.
No, it's not his fault.
Parents.
When the divorces and all that stuff happened, there was a lot of media going on. There was 20/20 interviews with Barbara Walters.
I was very hurt by that interview with Barbara Walters.
Who cares?
You got interviewed by Barbara Walters and you're like,
God.
Sad, especially when you see somebody in the limelight.
I'm not buying anything
Jesus
she says.
Christ.
I don't like her. I like the alien lady better than I like the
I
mom.
can't sleep in this.
But this is no love.
sleep with it?
You're going to.
10 days, they'll be sleeping in rooms that will constantly remind them of their issue.
What kind of circus is this?
They put us in a graveyard.
Let's go talk about y'all's room. Come on.
I'm not coming in there. I'm sorry.
Come on, guys. We're gonna work some things out.
We're animal rights activists.
Yeah, there's all that taxidermy in there.
Don't you wear tons of leather
in the backyard?
Oh, they're just straight up heads.
Before we buried him.
He does wear leather.
Saddles, we got Wild Wild West. What does that mean to you guys, as it pertains to you all as a family?
The difference of opinions can be vast.
There's a divide, right? That's the canyon theme of the room.
Okay.
The Wild Wild West part is, look at your childhood. There's lawlessness. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to heal the divide.
Well, I mean, for me, I don't feel like I got away with nothing. We were locked in a room. We were beaten if we didn't do what we were told. As far as we knew, that was reality.
If she had been the mother you needed her to be then, you guys wouldn't be the guys you need to be today.
That's a kind of apologist. I don't believe in any of that. If all that bad stuff didn't happen to you, you wouldn't be the person you are today. Yeah, maybe I'd be better.
10 days with y'all? Oh, you you got put one.
Remember Las Vegas. James.
That's nice.
Drugs with their father.
Oh my God.
Wait, there's significance to this room.
That bedroom is very...
They didn't know they were gonna get those rooms.
I think they...
So they like...
Or did they? This whole thing...
This sounds made up because how could all the quotes be from the family already if it was random, which...
Well, those are just picture frames. So what if they put those up in between when they were setting up?
Okay, we'll have to look at the other rooms and see if they all have pictures that exact same size that were ready for that placement.
This matters a lot to us.
Well, on the production side, we're trying to figure out how all this works. Like, part of our channel is us analyzing how these were made as well.
It probably was just like, look, just take this room. You take that room. No, really take that room.
Yeah, figure out a reason to say that you want that room.
Exactly.
I don't think it was that much. You weren't a Justin Bieber.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, that means a lot. I'm no Justin Bieber. I'm a
I'm not saying it like that. I didn't mean it.
Paved the way for that kid.
I know you did. I know you did.
I paved the way for that kid.
He copied everything about you.
Are you kidding? No. Guess what? I am no Justin Bieber. I'm Aaron Carter.
Yes.
While Dr. V breaks up the Carters' fight.
So again, therein lies kind of the duality of Aaron Carter on live streams and stuff, where he would go from, hey, I'm this kind of likable and feel bad for me and don't really feel bad for me, but look at my life and I'm not going to hide much. And then to that side of delusion where the drugs were and everything. And his mom feeds into that instantly to take pressure off of her.
Right.
So there is this battle that's happening as the viewer, for me anyway, of like, oh, is he a douche? Is he this? But I keep going back to he's more of a good person, and that other stuff, if he was still successful today, I'm sure he wouldn't have that much anger and stuff about Bieber and stuff.
He does seem like a good person that was damaged, that didn't get enough tools to figure out how to kind of come out of it. He doesn't seem like a Cory Feldman to where he's really just got this irredeemable side that we just have to laugh at sometimes. Like, I'm not laughing at Aaron Carter, but I'm still... But Aaron Carter didn't show up with a fucking rat tail juice, you know what I mean?
The first description of him from people that didn't know who he was not little Michael Jackson.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Or did a gremlin bite him?
Did a gremlin bite him?
That's my favorite line you've said so far.
Right. On the beach. So, but all these quotes are so big and they're custom to the room, so...
You're right, I don't know.
There's no way that this was random.
Fakery.
Our relationship is surfacey.
I hate you.
I want to communicate better and get closer to Alexis.
What would ours say? Ours would say like donkey, 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 and...
I'm my own grandpa. Put those up.
Of this room, by the way. You know, the big city, the big lights, what that does to a family.
Yeah, it wasn't random. They assigned all these rooms.
How many sacrifices that you make.
So what's it like to read? There was a point where my mom wasn't being a mom.
For me, that's not true. Because
I was
technically, yeah, you were a mother. Physically, you were a mother the whole time.
Media.
I don't care.
I know, but you can't hide from that.
I don't have them anymore.
You were
She is such a bullshitter.
I know.
Partying with multiple dudes all the time.
Aaron, I've admitted that. I'm just saying that there were millions
You
of
weren't
dollars.
a good mother.
there were millions of dollars.
You were a
that we were
terrible
fighting.
mother at the end after the divorce. You made me go on MTV Cribs and show off the house 10 minutes before you guys told me you were divorcing.
Oh my God.
Wow.
10 minutes before they were divorcing, they had to do.
And if it's in the past, it's in the past, but you still need to hear.
I do.
Like this.
She can't be trusted. I wouldn't even sleep in the same room with her.
No.
That's her. That's his mom.
Continue unpacking old baggage.
Today was really rough with Aaron and I. It's the first time we've kind of had confrontational words.
You poor baby.
I want Aaron to admit that he has a lot of resentment and that he needs to let it go.
Yeah, he's dead now.
Yeah, he's admitted it, but he doesn't need to let it go.
Yeah,
You're not in charge of that.
He OD'd, so you don't have to worry about how you feel about him anymore.
Right, great mom.
Your truths are true.
You tend to exaggerate.
Oh, was that her drinking just now? That was.
Probably. Fucking who knows?
Well, I mean, you can watch it again. She has a little bottle.
I don't want to.
Nobody wants to.
It was all my fault.
I didn't say you made any mistakes.
It was all my fault.
I didn't say you made any mistakes.
It was all my fault.
It was a revelation.
It was all my fault.
It was a revelation.
I made no money. I'm a crackhead. I'm a meth head. I'm no Justin Bieber.
I'm not doing this anymore.
She needs to make it about her.
Right. She's the Cory Feldman.
She is. She's the Cory Feldman of this show. And Cory Feldman's on the show.
Right.
God bless. I gotta go get my checks and stuff out of her purse before she takes my money.
No.
To this moment, he's
Right.
still worried about her screwing him over.
So that was interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, comment below if you're into more of this. It's pretty heavy, so we got a couple of episodes of heavy stuff this week. Let's see how you react to it. Let us know, give us some feedback. We want to know if this is direction you like, or if you just want to watch Pee Wee Herman movies, or what's up.
I'm feeling more and more for Aaron Carter as the moments pass. And so if we continue watching this, I'm not gonna turn into some cheerleader for the mom, and I'm not gonna try to relate to her. It's really, now that and especially when we know what happens to him in life, at the end of his life, and seeing this kind of support system, because his dad is dead and his sister is dead, you're gonna get more of this. You're not gonna get some other insightfulness and
right.
Like, oh, maybe she hurts inside too. Like, fuck that. You're a mom.
She had her chance.
Yeah, you had millions of dollars you wasted, and
right.
now you're blaming him, and it's crazy.
I'm getting more interested in Aaron Carter just because the story is tragic, but I can also see, just parts of when I grew up. I don't have the same level, but there's always things that you can relate to. So I'm relating to him more.
Right, yeah.
I relate to Cory Feldman a lot. I always said I was the Cory Feldman fan, not the Corey Haim fan, because Corey Haim is likable. So I'm more of a Feldman, really. And let us know how you think things are going to be.
Button.
Go.
Click on. Pew.
Bogus. Bye. I love you. Just trying to get more views.
We should have stolen it.
I know.